For that, meantime, the results of the state inspection of the Nueces County Jail are out, and the facility has been found to be non-compliant. The jail inspected by the Texas Commission on Jail Standards last month. The report lists 3 violations, including several inmates that were held in holding cells more than 48 hours. Sheriff J.C. Hooper tells us the findings are directly related to elements created by overpopulation at the jail. And today it was at 98% full, but the jail has been up to 103% full. The overpopulation concerns are something the jail has been struggling with as a result of the backup in the courts because of COVID. Today, Sheriff Hooper asked county commissioners for money to move inmates to other South Texas jails, something that could cost a total of $80,000 a month.
40 inmates that would be carefully selected, and of course it would have to be agreed upon that these are the type of inmates that they would accept.
It's going to be very, very costly, so I'm glad that we have a plan.
Well, the sheriff stressing that they don't have any shoplifters or marijuana offenders in the jail. Hooper is currently only housing people charged with violent felonies. Commissioners agreeing that this would be the best short-term solution. The last time the jail was found to be non-compliant was back in 2017.